Challenge beginning September 14th. That's 10 weeks of fun group fitness classes and individualized coaching for half off. And at the end of the 10 weeks, someone's walking away with $1,000 for the best transformation. Come check it out. What do you have to lose? Click on the banner at theticketfm.com to learn more. Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping at 40th and Yankee Hill or 70th and Vine. And check us out online at fxblincoln.com.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
Have you ever gotten a car deal so good that you can brag about for decades? This is that deal. The government has given us a $4,000 instant credit on vehicles already at the historically lowest prices. Cars that were over $50,000 just 2 years ago are now selling below $20,000. See the deals here and drive away the car of your dreams at a price you never thought possible. Go to 4000off.com, 400off.com to learn more.
Fall is the perfect time to work on outdoor projects. Whether you plan to install a fence or add shrubs to your landscape, don't risk an injury by hitting a buried power line. Always call 811 before you dig.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see lots of sunshine with a light south breeze. We'll see an afternoon high around 84. Tonight, clear skies with an overnight low around 59. And tomorrow, more sunshine with a continued south breeze and an afternoon high around 90. I'm meteorologist Kyle Klecker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It's the greatest time of the year again. Kickoff is here and football is officially back. Over 1 million fans across 33 states got in the game last year by making picks on Underdog, and this year you can too. Making picks on Underdog is straightforward and signing up is even easier. Just head over to Underdog's simple-to-use mobile app or UnderdogFantasy.com and sign up with promo code EARLY, and Underdog will give you a free pick to use on your first cash pick'em entry, plus up to $1,000 in bonus cash when you deposit. That's Underdog Fantasy, promo code EARLY to claim your new customer special of a free pick and your deposit offer. Must be 19 plus in Nebraska and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org.
Live from the heart of Lincoln, America, welcome to Ticket Weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back into Ticket Weeknights. Harrison Arns on the ones and twos. As always, come at the night hours. If you guys want to join in, Sarter Heyman text line 402-464-5685. We still got Royals on the brick and mortar. But when that game wraps up, we'll be back live, but you can still use the streams. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, X, Allo, Channel 961. This is the debut of striking up a conversation with Kayla Verstraete. Did I get that right? Perfect. And then, of course, not our first time here for the Ticket, Anna Callan as well. Husker bowling. And again, this is going to be going forward here. Weekly basis, we'll have these guys in. And we'll also have a second bowling show next week as well. So, again, if you guys are looking for some Husker bowling content, we'll have that for you here on a weekly basis on 93.7 The Ticket. House cleaning out of the way. We'll bring in the hosts. We got Kayla and Anna. Like I said, guys, how's it going on a Tuesday night?
It's been a very long day. Mine started at 5 a.m., but we're making it do. Yeah, Kayla, how was your Tuesday?
It was long, like Anna's, not at 5 a.m., but life of student athlete. So
yeah. So like he introduced, I'm Anna Callan. I am from La Crosse, Wisconsin. And I am currently a senior academically, but sophomore eligibility wise, which we will get to later. My major is management. And I actually started out as a bio major, but had to switch it up because bio is not for me.
I'm Kayla Verstraete. I'm from Loves Park, Illinois. I am a 6th year on the women's bowling team. I am a public relations master's student. My undergrad was in criminal justice. Yeah.
All right,
Lots of
so
bowling talk.
oh yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited. I don't think I actually ever heard your like recruiting story like fully, but I think what would be cool to start touching on is like what led us to Nebraska, so like our career before it, and then get into the recruiting side of it.
You want me to go first?
Oh yeah, go right for it.
Okay. Where do I start?
Where are you from again?
I'm from Loves Park, Illinois.
Illinois. Okay, Illinois to Nebraska. So yeah, I think a bit when the recruiting start, and then we'll kind of dive into what made Nebraska kind of pop.
Okay. Well, all the way back to November 2018, I came on my recruiting visit. That was a really long time ago. Wow. I reached out to Coach my senior year of high school. Shout out Coach Kumpa. And he offered me a visit here. Sadly, it wasn't for a football game. Kind of mad about that still. But I'll get over it. But he came and saw me in my hometown. Funny story. Went and saw Nebraska play Wisconsin in Wisconsin. He was also at that game. So that's a really funny story. And then the next day he called me and was like, "Hey, I want to come see you bowl at your hometown center." And that's the first time I met Coach Kumpa. So that was in like October, I think, if I remember correctly. And then I think a few weeks later, I came on a visit here to Lincoln, fell in love with the place, actually committed on my visit verbally, and the rest is history. And I've been here for 6 years now. They just can't get rid of me.
So when did the bowling career start? Like when did you really start getting interested into it to the point where you got schools looking at you?
Well, my parents bowled like league and everything growing up. So I was in the bowling alley a lot. So like I was very used to being exposed to the bowling atmosphere. But when it really took off for me, I think it was about 12 years old. I started bowling competitively, started getting scholarship money for it. And then I think I found out probably when I was in probably 6th or 7th grade. One of like our family friends ran our middle school bowling like team, and I literally want to credit her to a lot of my things because she gave me an award at the end of my 7th grade year of Diamond in the Rough, and look at me now, I'm a national champion and a 3-time All-American, and just like crediting her of all of my success is like a lot. And I think knowing I could make a career out of bowling in college and getting it paid for kind of like set in my sophomore year of high school, and then it really like clicked like, "Oh, I can actually do this." So, yeah.
Did you have any schools in mind in particular, like when that started becoming a reality? Because the Big Ten's always interesting, right? Because Nebraska bowling is, I think that's still the only bowling program in the Big Ten, right? So was there any schools you had circled really interested in, or are you just kind of waiting to see what fell your way?
Well, it was really hard. My parents didn't go to college, so this was like a whole new ballpark
Oh,
for
your
me.
first generation?
Yes.
Oh, congratulations. That's awesome.
Thank you, thank
Me
you.
too.
Hell yeah, guys. That's a big deal.
So, it was a whole new ballpark even applying to colleges and everything. Like, especially like playing a sport that was like so like new to my family and I, and it was a learning process for everyone. So, being able to come to a big school like Nebraska and be able to say like, "Oh yeah, I made it," is really accomplishing. And I think Nebraska was obviously my dream school. I feel like everyone who comes to visits here it's their dream school. So being able to get an offer to come bowl here and spend 6 years here is an opportunity of a lifetime.
Absolutely. And then, Anna, let's dive into your side in case I know you've been on here before. I want to say you were here with Amara Smith Spates and Gwen Amara, correct?
Gwen and Amara, and then I also came back on last year with Alexis as well.
Oh,
which it's kind of funny. Gwen and Amara actually gave me my visit here because my year was really weird and different. I was during COVID, and so everything basically all D1 official visits were on shutdown. So I couldn't actually meet Coach Klumper in person. Um, and so that made it kind of difficult because we had plans to meet at Junior Gold. That got canceled. And then we, didn't know what was going on because they like changed all the plans and everything like that. And so it just really made it difficult. And so then I finally was like, okay, I got to start visiting these NCAA schools because I also had different schools waiting on my decision at the time. And so I was like, I got to see, like, I really want to get into these D1 programs and see what's going on here. And so I actually messaged Coach Klimpo. I'm like, hey, how do I set up a visit? Like, just to see the school. Like, I wasn't even going to be with him. It was merely just to is there someone that can show me around? And he's like, basically telling me, he's like, I can't help you because like of these rules. And I was
Right.
like, well, cool. No shame, man. I understood at the time.
They have like a virtual tours, at least you're just like looking at pictures. I'd imagine that's the only way you can really do it. And real quick for both of you guys, I'll have you bring the mics a little bit closer
Oh,
to you as well as we get that set up. No problems at all there. First time back. It's fall. We got all the student athletes. Everybody's getting adjusted, but no worries. So, yes, what was that like?
yeah.
Just virtual, looking at images? How do you figure out if you like it or not?
Well, so I ended up actually just seeing if I ended up reaching out to Amara, because she was like one of the only girls I was friends with on Facebook at the time. And I just said, hey, would you be willing to like, no biggie if you can't, like, but would you be willing to walk me around the school and just like give me kind of input what it's like to be on the team and all that stuff? And she was like, of course. Is it okay if someone tags along? Like, doesn't tell me who this person is. I'm like, sure, like more the merrier. It was just, I think it was me and my parents that walking around. And so we walked around the outside of the stadium. Like we did a whole lap around the entire campus and they were just filling me in, just kind of like how, the things that the bowling team got that year and just everything like that. And then I was able to go in the bowling alley, but I couldn't go back into like the locker room, nothing like, because it was just all the COVID rules and they were taking precautions for their own
Yep.
team and everything, obviously. And that's when I fell in love, and I even told my parents. I mean, I don't know if I ever told Coach Klumpa this, but I just fell in love with the atmosphere of the school because I don't like small schools. Like, I want to see new faces every day. And I knew I was going to get that coming here because it was so big. And if he didn't even, because at the time he didn't know, he never saw me in person. So he's
Right.
like, this is, I don't know if like, I shouldn't say want me, but like, he didn't know. Like, you just don't know because you got to get the vibe in person. And he ended up taking a big leap of faith and brought me in, and I still owe a lot to that man because this has been once in a lifetime. Like Kayla said, I learned a lot my freshman year. I redshirted and everything, and then that summer I became an individual national champion, became a member of Junior Team USA, and it was merely just by trusting the system that everyone became before me. And the funny thing is I didn't know if I was going to be D1 like
Oh, really?
material until I actually ran into some of his old players. Shout out to Caleb Pashina and Amanda Vermillier. They're both Minnesota natives. But yeah, I was bowling a tournament with Kayla, which is one of his previous players, and we were bowling together. And she was like, "Oh yeah, you have potential," and I was like, "Really?" And she goes, "Yeah, you have Nebraska potential. Like I can see it." And it was insane. I was like, "Okay." Reach out to Coach Straub at the time because he was still coach, and all of a sudden I found out he retired. I'm like, "Oh well, how do I go about this?" And but then I was talking to her and Amanda, but I ended up winning the tournament with Kayla. That she told me I was, you know, you got this, and I was like, "Cool." Was kind of
So after you hear that, is like, did that hit right away, or do you have to like kind of see it yourself still a little bit? Like, okay, I'm getting the praise.
hmm
Now let's see what it looks like.
I kind of yes and no. Like it still never registered because I'm like, okay, someone can say this, but like if I reach out to them, they could all just not reply.
Yeah, there's
Like
that.
that's like, and I can tell you right now, I still remember I was in English class when I got the email back from Coach Klempa and I started crying. And I have people that can own up to that.
Dude, I have some weird
So
I have a weird story like that too. It's so funny.
yeah, but no, I started crying, and people are like, "You cry over an email from a coach," and it's like, it's the biggest school in the country for bowling. Like, how could you not like when that's? I've been bowling since I was 4, so like, how could you not have a massive reaction when you get reached out to back by a coach and saying, "Yeah, I'm interested." And it's like, really?
And it's Nebraska.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine like in the basketball world, it's probably getting an offer from Duke, and the football world, it's getting an offer from like Georgia in today's
Mhm.
era. Yeah, it's definitely. I mean, the Nebraska bowling program. I always give it credit because it blows my mind. I'll never forget. What was your last championship?
2021.
2021.
The year I got recruited.
Yep. I'll never, because we're sitting there, and this was still where things were I think things were shutting down. At what point did things start shutting down?
It was was winter of 2020.
Winter
Right?
of 2020.
Was
March 2020.
Yes.
21st
Yeah.
of March. I remember because that's when our season got canceled.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, everyone go home.
Yeah. No, yeah. And then things didn't start opening back up until like the following year.
Yeah, because we didn't compete that fall. So the fall of 2020, we didn't compete. And that was really weird for us because our season relies on doing well at tournaments and not having a fall semester that year. It made it even harder to get to the national championship. And being able to do it with only 5 tournaments instead of 9 is really hard to do. So, and not being able to have spectators at the national championship was terrible. Like, I wish my parents got to see me lift that trophy in person and not just on TV.
Yeah, an empty bowling alley is just kind of an eerie feeling to begin with. When it's just like you got a few people, you got your team around you, but there's like nothing. Like, even if it's not an event, just even having like other people around, say they're just bowling, not necessarily watching you. Bowling alley, when it's quiet like that, I'd imagine the pressure racks up. But Kayla, I wanted to ask you, you said you had an interesting story as well when you got your offer. Break this down for me before we go to our first break.
It wasn't really like the offer from coach because obviously that came on my visit, but I applied obviously to come to Nebraska. You have to apply to be at school. And so I was like, I took my SAT score or took my SAT, didn't get a great score to get like academic money. So I was like, let's retake this. And funny story, while I was taking that second SAT test, I get my acceptance letter to Nebraska. I was like, why did I just pay all that money to retake my SAT then?
I was gonna say, did you walk out in the middle of it then?
No, because like obviously you can't have your phones. So like I got it in an email, and then after I was done, I saw the email. I was like, well, that was a waste of 4 hours of my time and money. And I was like, well, it's a great story now.
And then what was that first feeling when you get the offer? Outside, once you get over wow, that was a waste of money. What was the second feeling?
I think it was just like, oh my God, like I'm going to get a college degree. I'm going to bowl in college. Like, it's like an crap moment. Like, this is real. Like, it was like, oh, like the visit was real. And then like getting accepted, it's just like, oh, it's really real now.
Mine was over a FaceTime call.
Your acceptance letter?
No.
Oh.
From coach.
Oh, gotcha.
But yeah.
And that's where that was okay, I see. You get the offer and then you get the FaceTime from coach.
Well, so yeah, that's where, because like we couldn't have face-to-face meeting, like her official visit.
Right.
So we had Zoom, but the funny thing is the man calls me and he was like, so this is what we got. And he had my parents join in and whatever. Well, it was Zoom, I think. I don't know, because my parents were able to join. They don't have FaceTime. They have Samsungs.
Yeah, it's probably Zoom. Remember we were on Zoom during that era?
Yeah.
And so he offers whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then I said, yeah, I'll let you know. And I ended the call. I left the call. I didn't tell him right then and there. And my dad calls me. He's like, what are you doing? He's like, what are you doing? Call the man back. Tell him you want to go there. What are you doing? I'm like, I got nervous. I panicked.
I got nervous too. So obviously when I was on the team, Coach Straub was also there as well. And I made them leave the room when they were sitting in the lounge. I was like, can you guys leave for a second? So, because I needed to talk to my parents. I'm like, how do I say this? Like, I'm like, what do I say? And they're like, well, tell them you want to bowl for them. And I was like, okay. I'm like saying it in my head. I was like, Coach Klumpa, Coach Straub, I would love to bowl for your program. Definitely did not say that when it came out because I was so nervous.
It's scary.
Yeah, it's
even though it shouldn't be.
Yeah, I'm like, why did I make it so nervous? I literally made the 2 most decorated coaches in the country leave the room so I could ask my parents
how do I say I want to go there.
Yeah, that's still really funny to me today.
Yeah,
I suppose though, like when you accept it, it's like it's real now, and there's a little bit of like I'd imagine a spike in adrenaline when you have that. You know, sometimes the words can kind of tumble out. But we got about 3 minutes left here. You guys both mentioned first generation. What was the parents' reaction and their kind of support through all of this? And we got Chaz chiming in. It was Zoom.
Yeah. Thank you, Dad. Shout out to my pops.
I really don't remember. I don't really remember. My parents were like, "Go get the degree, man."
Yeah, I think for it was more than my parents. I have an aunt that really, really, really pushed just for all of her nieces and nephews to go to college because she doesn't have her own kids, which it's my aunt Jody. So if she's watching, howdy, or if she ever watches it, but no, she really wanted her nieces and nephews to go to college. Like that was her like one strive goal, because she went to college, she got a nursing degree, and did all that stuff, and that was something that she just really wanted for her nieces and nephews. And my cousin Dale is now a pharmacist. My cousin Ben went to tech, but he's more doing trade work. My brother graduated. My sister just graduated. So like she really pushed it. And I think there was just like a lot of family support. Like they were just really wanting the best for us. And then when they found out I was like trying to do the bowling side of it, they were like, just choose the best school with the best academics possible. And then bowling second, which I got first place for both. So like the best school and the best bowling program. So
To be honest, Nebraska has really good academics.
Oh, yeah.
Like I was really proud of myself for accomplishing getting my undergrad here. Like my mom is like, "Oh, would you want someone to not know a school has 2,000 kids or have a degree from the University of Nebraska? Like that on your diploma, that on your resume." And I'm like, "Heck yeah." People know where Lincoln, Nebraska is. Like I literally still get chills to this day that I got to walk across the stage and get a degree from the University of Nebraska.
I'll be doing that in May.
Shout out. Yeah, it's a great thing. That N really shows up on the resume there.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's Big Ten school with great academics. So it's
For
definitely
sure.
a place like if you're an athlete, fantastic. You get the academics alongside with it. I mean, it's two great things kind of going hand in hand. So with that being said, we'll go ahead and throw it to our first break here. Again, if you guys want to join in, still streaming only, you can just use the streams. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, X, Allo, Channel 961. Don't go anywhere, because again, this is the debut of striking up a conversation with Kayla Verstraete and Anna Callan, both Husker bowling. And again, we'll have another one next week as well with a couple other bowlers, another Kayla at that. So don't go anywhere. We'll keep it rolling right here on Ticket Weeknights.
The Planet Fitness Black Card, you don't just get a great workout, you get a great perk out because your membership is packed with perks. For $1 down and $24.99 a month, you'll get perks like access to any of our 2,400 clean and spacious locations. Bring a friend anytime and both work out with tons of equipment that'll give you that big fitness energy. Relax in the Black Card spa and more. Work out and perk out with the PF Black Card. Join for just $1 down and $24.99 a month.
Hurry, this deal ends soon.
See Home Club for details.
College football in Lincoln, America. The time has come. Start your game day off right with the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Join the ticket crew as they bring you all the coverage you need to get you ready for the action. It's the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Brought to you by General Fire and Safety, Raisin Canes, Perch Merch, Sunbelt Rentals, Mullen Motors, Select Plumbing, and the Kindler Hotel. On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
McKinney's Irish Pub in the Haymarket is your place for English Premier League soccer. On Saturday, Arsenal tied Brighton 1 apiece, followed by Leicester City falling to Aston Villa 2-1. On the final game of Saturday action, Man City defeated West Ham 3-1. On Sunday, Chelsea tied Crystal Palace 1-1, and then Liverpool cruised by Man United 3-0. The top two teams in the EPL standings are Manchester City and Liverpool, both at 3-0. You can catch all these matches and more to McKinney's Irish Pub, your headquarters in Lincoln for English Premier League soccer at 8th and P.
In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe.
Explain to me again why we're sleeping on the ground.
Because we're thramping, thrift camping. It's saving us money and getting us closer to nature.
But we don't need to thramp. I just combined our home and auto insurance with our State Farm agent, so we have a rate that fits our budget.
All right. Do you think our agent can bring us an air mattress?
Call your local State Farm agent, Vinny Krekak, at 402-474-1173.
Individual premiums and budgets will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
If you're a homeowner or a business owner, you have a lot of projects, and no one has an unlimited budget or time. Sunbelt Rentals makes all jobs less stressful with no need to purchase large equipment or hire a crew. You can do it yourself with rentals and everything from aerators and power rakes for spring yard work to stump grinders, concrete mixers, tile saws, and more. Check out their inventory in Lincoln, north of Cornhusker Highway on 56th Street, or online at sunbeltrentals.com. Follow the Huskers to the City of Angels when Nebraska plays at USC in November. Book your official Nebraska alumni travel package at huskerfantravel.com. Choose from 2 or 3 night options that include a downtown LA hotel, exclusive welcome event, game day transportation, and the official Husker Huddle pregame party. Add on game tickets for an optional upgrade. Transportation to and from LA not included. Join the official Nebraska alumni trip to see the Huskers play at USC. Spots are limited, so book your trip now at huskerfantravel.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and Truck Month is back. We have absolutely gigantic savings right now at Koppel. They are offering $12,500 off on select new pickups. That is not a mistake. You heard right. $12,500 off list price right now on select new pickups. Those discounted units, though, will not last long. These are all manager specials. You have to come in now, so hurry in down 144th Street or shop online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did. Stock number G356093 must trade.
Your child was embarrassed when you arrived at their basketball game. 75% of parents or guardians report current alcohol use. Drinking alcohol can cause harm to children and loved ones. By drinking less, your child will be excited to see you at their basketball game. If you or a loved one is looking for help, find a treatment facility near you at findtreatment.gov. For immediate support, call, text, or chat 988.
Brought to you by Nebraska DHHS in partnership with SAMHSA.
Rain, snow, or shine, John Henry's is here to keep your home's plumbing systems working properly no matter what kind of weather Nebraska throws at us. From unclogging toilets and drains to installing new water heaters and water treatment systems, John Henry's is your plumbing expert in the Lincoln and Omaha communities. Visit us at calljh.com or call
John Henry's.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing.
and electrical.
For 15 years, Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping has been helping Lincoln become healthier, happier, and more fit through our proven combination of kickboxing, strength training, and nutrition coaching. And to celebrate 15 years of success, we're offering you 50% off our next 10-week challenge beginning September 14th. That's 10 weeks of fun group fitness classes and individualized coaching for half off. And at the end of the 10 weeks, someone's walking away with $1,000 for the best transformation. Come check it out. What do you have to lose? Click on the banner at theticketfm.com to learn more. Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping at 40th and Yankee Hill or 70th and Vine. And check us out online at fxblincoln.com.
It's the greatest time of the year again. Kickoff is here and football is officially back. Over 1 million fans across 33 states got in the game last year by making picks on Underdog, and this year you can too. Making picks on Underdog is straightforward and signing up is even easier. Just head over to Underdog's simple-to-use mobile app or UnderdogFantasy.com and sign up with promo code EARLY, and Underdog will give you a free pick to use on your first cash pick'em entry, plus up to $1,000 in bonus cash when you deposit. That's Underdog Fantasy, promo code EARLY to claim your new customer special of a free pick and your deposit offer. Must be 19 plus in Nebraska and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Looking for a place to relax and unwind after a busy day? Cigars Lounge at 8th and Q in the Haymarket is the perfect place to enjoy good company, a cocktail, and of course a cigar. Visit Cigars Lounge on Tuesdays for Top Shelf Tuesday and enjoy 50% off select spirits. Cigars Lounge offers Perdomo, San Cristobal, Rock Patel, and more of the top stogie brands that you know and love. But that's not all. If you mention this ad between noon and 5 p.m., you'll receive 15% off your entire tab just by mentioning the ticket. Check out Cigars Lounge today at 8th and Q in the Haymarket.
For 15 years, Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping has been helping Lincoln become healthier, happier, and more fit through our proven combination of kickboxing, strength training, and nutrition coaching. And to celebrate 15 years of success, we're offering you 50% off our next 10-week challenge beginning September 14th. That's 10 weeks of fun group fitness classes and individualized coaching for half off. And at the end of the 10 weeks, someone's walking away with $1,000 for the best transformation. Come check it out. What do you have to lose? Click on the banner at theticketfm.com to learn more. Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping at 40th and Yankee Hill or 70th and Vine. And check us out online at fxblincoln.com.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
Back to the Ticket weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back in to Striking Up a Conversation with Kayla Verstraete and Anna Callan, both Husker bowling. We're going to talk a little bit about the upcoming season here, so why not better ask the bowlers themselves. Guys, just give me your thoughts, quick synopsis on the season as we got about 13 minutes on this segment.
We're going to kick butt.
Amen. No, I'm excited for this year. I think we have a really good group of girls. I mean, the talent level is just impeccable. I'm blown away at it. Even removing myself out of the scenario, it's going to be crazy. I'm a little speechless about it because it's just each year you just see it improve, and I mean the girls just keep getting better that are coming in, and it's insane.
Yeah, this recruiting class was top notch with Karina, Kayla, and Haley. Like they could be all Americans 4 years in a row. Like they're good enough to do that. And with returning 3 All-Americans with myself, Brenna, and Jillian, I think people are gonna hear us this year, and I'm excited for it. And these 3 freshmen are the reason why I stayed. Thank you, COVID. That's the only thing that came out of it. The good thing that came out of it. But I'm very grateful that I got the opportunity to bowl with these 3 freshmen because they are extremely talented.
So what's it like? Because you get the extra year. Are you taking any classes, a master's or anything?
I'm in a master's program.
Okay, so you're still learning.
Yeah, I'm like, this is hard.
That's like, great though. First generation, and you're getting your master's on top of it.
Yeah,
all paid for as well.
Yeah,
fantastic.
Thanks, Coach.
So I'm curious, what is the pressure and how do you guys deal with it? Right, because we talked about Nebraska bowling. It's elite. There's an expectation to be elite. You guys have had elite season. You got elite players. How do you stay focused on continuing to get better and not just be satisfied?
I think, honestly, when I first came in, they were coming off a national championship, and the first thing was, let's not get complacent. Like, you still have a lot of work to do. And the thing is, with bowling and almost any other sport, there's always something to get better at. And I think that's the mindset that pushes us. I mean, yeah, we're a great group of girls and we have a lot of talented people, but there's always room to get better. There's always something to work on. I mean, myself, I had an 8-month break, so I got a bit to work on. I mean, my coaches say I'm doing pretty good. I mean, but mentally, I'm telling myself like, yeah, I have a little bit of ground to make up. Because I was sitting in my coach's office today. I'm sitting there. I'm like, I wonder where I'd have been if I didn't have my injury. Like, curiosity wise. And
And what was that injury for everybody who isn't aware?
So last year, November hit, we were in Kenosha, and trying to think. Sorry. I try to remove it out of my head.
Understandable.
There's a fly. Sorry.
Yeah, it's been bothering me all night long. So if you guys can
It
kill
got
it,
in my
I'd be
face. I was
grateful.
like, hey, no. So I was bowling in November, had a lot of pain in my right shoulder. And then it just got really bad. And I took 2 months to figure out what it was. I ended up getting a shot of light. It's an injection that you get in your neck to see if it's called TOS, thoracic outlet syndrome. It's basically your uppermost rib, which is extremely tiny. And then you have two muscles. They basically, in easy words, suffocate your nerves and like any arteries, veins going through this like triangle, I call it.
Can you feel that pain pretty
Oh,
constantly?
Oh yeah, I was in pain all the time. Like I didn't touch a ball, even though like I didn't know what was going on. Cause I'm like every time I put my hand in the ball, I could feel strain all the way into my fingertips and my thumb. And that played a big part in just like I was scared because I was like, I don't want to touch a ball, not knowing what was going on. Cause I'm like, what if I injure myself more?
Yeah.
Which I found out I could have after I had the meeting with the doc. Shout out to Dr. Cook. Man did a miracle. I ended up getting out of surgery and finding out I was born with a third muscle. So it was actually splitting more nerves. And yeah, so there's a lot going on, but came back from that. And now I'm glad to be back. I mean, the team last year, we went through a lot of adversity like within the team. And so I think that also has us really shooting for this year because with everything that we went through last year, we still did extremely well as a group. And that just tells us like, look how much better we're going to be when we're all at full health. Like we're ready to go. We're ready to jive and get right back into it. But yeah, no, I think that's going to play into being just a really good group. So,
Kayla, what about you? 6-year senior.
I never had an injury, so knock on wood, thank God. I think we're going to be firing on all cylinders this year. Like we were backs up against the wall 99% of the time last year and be able to overcome play for freshmen at any time in the lineup says a lot about our program, our work ethic, and the traditions that this program holds in being able to still get top-notch recruits says a lot about our program. I'm just super grateful that I'm getting this opportunity to potentially win another national championship because 2 rings are better than 1.
Amen.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's a rare breed. I mean, to get one, to have one on 2 fingers is incredible. And yeah, if you're gonna pull that off, that's definitely just an incredible stat that you always see the Huskers back in the day and part of that Tom Osborne era. Just how rare it is to have guys with multiple championships that they can be a part of a team's dynasties like that. So let's talk about the work ethic a little bit, because when I was out for Little League bowling, again, Little League, keep in mind, I was looking forward to the fries and burger at the bowling alley at the end. I was bowling more for the fun of it. At your guys' level, D1, we talked about Nebraska being elite. What does that look like? Because I think I've talked to some of the bowlers before, Amara and Gwen, you guys are lifting. It's not like you guys are just only bowling. What does that work ethic look like? Like, what does Coach Klempa have you guys doing on a consistent basis to get you ready?
We work out 3 days a week, 6:30 a.m.
Starting tomorrow.
Oh, I'm glad you guys could join me tonight.
So 3 times a week we lift, 4 hours. No, 3 hours a day we practice. Yep. 5 to 6 days a week. Saturdays suck. But we do them. We show up.
Why are Saturdays bad? Just because it's Saturday?
Just Saturday mornings, like we're tired. Thank God we have so many home games. So that's a lot of our schedule is practice in the afternoons, lift in the morning, in between there's classes. Like we are on a very strict schedule, especially we pride ourselves on volunteering, being top in the bowling sense of academics, high GPA and everything.
Is that a pretty big deal for Coach Klempa as your grades?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like we are students before we're athletes. And he prides himself on when people do come here, like you're going to take your academics seriously. Like we're not just going to coast by.
Does he have a GPA standard? I know there's coaches that are all kind of different on this. He obviously cares about it. I don't know if he has a number or not.
I've never heard a number. Have you?
No.
Maybe you guys have been good enough not to have to worry about that.
I mean, yeah, people on the team, they really put themselves in just making sure things are getting done because like we have study hours for freshmen and everything like that, and so they get it done right away. But yeah, no, going kind of off Kayla. I mean, one of the freshmen literally practices every day. Like it's part of her system, and so like that's something that also goes into work ethic. Is like I mean, a lot of us. This isn't some of it. Like some people, when they look at bowling, it's like, okay, this is a job. Like this is what I'm getting paid to do. Or like some people, it's like I actually thoroughly enjoy being here every day, and I enjoy like being able to see myself improve. Because I mean, I had a video pop up from my freshman year, and I looked at coach today on my one-on-one. I'm like, dude, what were you thinking bringing me on? I was like, wow. I'm like, I was like, oh my gosh. I'm like, that was scary. But I think that also shows the work ethic. I mean, looking back 2 years ago, like I thought I was improving a lot. And then all of a sudden I'm like looking at myself now. I'm like, wow, like my ball's not hitting the foul line anymore. Or wow, this is happening. I mean, it just shows, I mean, like what Kayla said, going back, we had 4 freshmen playing last year too. Like that's,
I
you
think
don't
that's probably
really
the most
hear that
exciting
too.
part,
Yeah.
right?
I mean, you don't really hear freshmen playing all the time, and to have 4 freshmen step up and play and try and get their, their time in, that just shows the work ethic. I think is that these girls were trying to improve their game while playing, and that says a lot about our team. I think is that even with like working through like mental game, physical game, being in those moments and being able to play at your top level, it's just impressive. And I think that does say a lot about our team and where we're at.
Yeah,
So.
like being able to make a regional final last season. Sadly, we didn't get to finish on the note we wanted to, but having the struggles that we did and still making it there says I'm like speechless because like
Yeah.
it's hard to put it into words for how much we went through last season.
Absolutely. And then talking about the season, obviously last year you had the 4 freshmen, but walking into the season, what are some of those games meets that you guys circle that are being a little bit more kind of because we got Nebraska football, Colorado. I know the players want to take it, seriously, they want to treat it like a normal game. But the fans, we obviously circle it. What's kind of the mindset? You have certain meets, certain teams that when you see, there's a little bit more emotion involved.
We kind of our fall semester, we are adding 2 tournaments we've never been to.
Okay.
So it's kind of like a new fresh feeling, like fresh start, as a lot of us would say. We're going to a place probably none of us have bowled at before, have never competed at in that state or anything like that. So just being able to like go to these new places, new starts, I think is going to be really fun, to be honest. We get to go to Florida, so I'm excited.
Yeah. No, I think our team's really good at just like really trying to focus on us. So like like there's teams that are really good at like competing with us. But I think we're like, especially this year, but like previous years, our biggest focus was like we're bowling ourselves. Like that's the biggest thing is that like even football, even basketball, if you get beat, you better hope it's just because the other team outplayed you. Like you don't want to beat yourselves. And I think that's something that we really take pride in is just making sure that we're merely losing because the other team just simply outbowled us, that we didn't beat ourselves. We didn't give them opportunities to beat us. And so I think that's something that we take pride in. And that's so looking at like tournament schedules, we're just going like, all right, let's do this. Like, let's get it. And I mean, it's not like we're like, oh, I'm looking forward to beating this team now. Like, I mean, would it be nice? Like, yeah, but it never really gets to that point because I think all of us like look at each other like, let's do this. Let's kick some butt.
And we pride ourselves on one more spare shot, one more better shot, one more anything. And I think we have to really implement that this season because you never know if you're going to have a season-ending injury like Anna did, or a global pandemic will happen again. Like anything's on the table.
Knock on wood for that one.
Anything's on the table. So like that one more mentality is something I feel like we should really pride ourselves on this season. And I think it's going to be one heck of a ride.
I'm excited. It's going to be crazy.
Actually, should be. And then where can people follow the games when you guys are at those meets? Because I know that's a question that we get when bowling season does come up. It does vary a little bit, I'm sure.
Yes. Depending on the tournament. Usually we really try. I think this year especially, our SID is gonna really try and make sure he tells people like on like because they post pictures or whatever. Yep. I'm sure he's gonna try and do that, but 90% of the time, just look at Husker Bowling on Facebook, and you can bet your butt it is gonna be live.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Shout out Callan.
Yeah, shout
He's
out
already
to our new
doing
SID.
great.
Yes, and then shout out to Coach JB when some of the parents don't know what they're doing because she's the one that sets up the live.
Yes. And then, fingers crossed, we have our home tournament at the end of February. So put that on your calendars right now.
Absolutely. And we got to throw it to our last break here. And then on the other side, I want to ask, what are some of the meets that maybe you don't circle because it's a rivalry, but you said it like Florida? That sounds pretty fun. What are some of the ones that you're really excited for? Just simply because it's an awesome location. Maybe it's a great bowling alley. Obviously, Nebraska's first, but we'll give credit to some of the other ones as well. So don't go anywhere. We'll keep it rolling right here on Ticket Weeknights.
Have you ever gotten a car deal so good that you can brag about for decades? This is that deal. The government has given us a $4,000 instant credit on vehicles already at the historically lowest prices. Cars that were over $50,000 just 2 years ago are now selling below $20,000. See the deals here and drive away the car of your dreams at a price you never thought possible. Go to 4000off.com, 400off.com to learn more.
Fall is the perfect time to work on outdoor projects. Whether you plan to install a fence or add shrubs to your landscape, don't risk an injury by hitting a buried power line. Always call 811 before you dig.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see lots of sunshine with a light south breeze. We'll see an afternoon high around 84. Tonight, clear skies with an overnight low around 59. And tomorrow, more sunshine with a continued south breeze and an afternoon high around 90. I'm meteorologist Kyle Klecker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It's the greatest time of the year again. Kickoff is here and football is officially back. Over 1 million fans across 33 states got in the game last year by making picks on Underdog, and this year you can too. Making picks on Underdog is straightforward and signing up is even easier. Just head over to Underdog's simple-to-use mobile app or UnderdogFantasy.com and sign up with promo code EARLY, and Underdog will give you a free pick to use on your first cash pick'em entry, plus up to $1,000 in bonus cash when you deposit. That's Underdog Fantasy, promo code EARLY to claim your new customer special of a free pick and your deposit offer. Must be 19 plus in Nebraska and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org.
With a Planet Fitness Black Card, you don't just get a great workout, you get a great perk out because your membership is packed with perks. For $1 down and $24.99 a month, you'll get perks like access to any of our 2,400 clean and spacious locations. Bring your friend anytime and both work out with tons of equipment that'll give you that big fitness energy. Relax in the Black Card spa and more. Work out and perk out with the PF Black Card. Join for just $1 down and $24.99 a month. Hurry,
this deal ends soon.
See Home Club for details.
College football in Lincoln, America. The time has come. Start your game day off right with the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Join the Ticket crew as they bring you all the coverage you need to get you ready for the action. It's the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Brought to you by General Fire and Safety, Raisin Canes, Perch Merch, Sunbelt Rentals, Mullen Motors, Select Plumbing, and the Kindler Hotel. On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
McKinney's Irish Pub in the Haymarket is your place for English Premier League soccer. On Saturday, Arsenal tied Brighton 1 apiece, followed by Leicester City falling to Aston Villa 2-1. On the final game of Saturday action, Man City defeated West Ham 3-1. On Sunday, Chelsea tied Crystal Palace 1-1, and then Liverpool cruised by Man United 3-0. The top two teams in the EPL standings are Manchester City and Liverpool, both at 3-0. You can catch all these matches and more at McKinney's Irish Pub, your headquarters in Lincoln for English Premier League soccer at 8th and P.
In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe.
Explain to me again why we're sleeping on the ground.
Because we're thramping, thrift camping. It's saving us money and getting us closer to nature.
But we don't need to thramp. I just combined our home and auto insurance with our State Farm agent, so we have a rate that fits our budget.
All right. Do you think our agent can bring us an air mattress?
Call your local State Farm agent, Vinny Krekak, at 402-474-1173.
Individual premiums and budgets will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
Back to the Ticket weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back in. Final segment, striking up a conversation with Kayla Verstraete and Anna Callan, both from Husker Bowling. Going to wrap this one up here, talking a little bit about what these guys are looking forward to in terms of visiting some of the other teams, some of those other meets. So, guys, I'll give you the floor. We got a few minutes left before we're out of here.
Anna, you're up. All right. Well, Kayla said Florida, which I was also looking forward to. But I always look forward to the Kenosha tournament one because I had family surprise me last year. And then I'm just looking forward to it because it's in Wisconsin. I know some friends that come by, but I always like that tournament because a lot of the top teams always go. And so it's always like a dog fight. It's just really fun. You hear everyone get loud because it's not a very, very big center. And so it's just, we're all kind of crammed in there like sardines. And those are the fun moments in my opinion. Like when we're all kind of like, I mean, it sucks because it's like, okay,
Like I'm like,
everyone's
please
touching
stop
each other.
touching me.
But at the same time, it's like that's when you see everyone just like it's dog fight because everyone's screaming at the top of their lungs. I mean,
Especially Sundays. Like Sundays are wild.
I love it.
If you come to a college bowling tournament, go on a Sunday.
Yeah, no,
that's where the excitement is.
I would say Kenosha, and then I'm trying to think of our schedule right now. I'm struggling.
I'm excited to go to the ITRC,
Yeah.
the International Research and Training Center
Where's that at?
in Arlington, Texas.
Oh,
I
yeah.
bowl good there, so that's like why I want to go.
Yeah, no, that's a fun place. I bowled there once.
You'll bowl there again. I promise.
Yeah, no, I think that place is fun. I also like Arkansas.
Arky is good.
Not necessarily because of the bowling center, but because of the food.
Yeah, that's a good
Shout
point.
out to J-Towns, Coach Klempa. That's our favorite spot. The wings are good. The food's just good.
What's the genre? Is it like a little bit of everything? Is it like bar
Okay.
food?
Yeah.
My parents can attest to this. They have the best dry rub wings I've ever had in my life.
Oh,
I
I'm with you
never
there.
order dry rub, but I went down there. Someone's like, "No, you have to get these." So they switched our order because we got sauce. They switched the order to dry rub, and every single time I've gone down there since,
Multiple times they will go on our visit. So glad it's only like 5 minutes from our hotel.
Yeah.
So, and Anna and I are always roommates for that tournament.
yeah, because of
It's
the
iconic.
Well, that's all the reason why I like that place. the mirror, Bluetooth.
And we
You
like
can-
the same type of music. So,
Yep.
That's actually pretty sick.
Yeah.
So-
how could
Bluetooth
you
mirror.
not like going there then? Right?
yeah.
No, those are my favorite place. Like I would say, like Arky because of the food, and I mean it's still fun there too. I'm
Mhm.
not. It's fun, but no, the food, the hotel, and then Kenosha because it's just I like when bowling alleys are a little smaller because I like it when the girls are closer together. Gaps are nice, but
It's like those old. I remember some of the old basketball gyms where people are. It's just like shoulder to shoulder, and
Oh,
it's
yeah.
not a very big crowd, but it feels like you're playing in front of a million because
Mhm.
all the noise is just bouncing off the walls, and it's just
Yep.
those type of environments. But yeah, with that being said, we're already up to the clock here, guys. Final thoughts, final words before we wrap things up here.
Yeah.
Thank goodness we'll be back next week at the same time.
And thanks to everyone that joined. We appreciate it.
Absolutely. That's going to wrap it up for us. Appreciate you guys listening. We'll do it again next week, like they said. That's going to wrap it up for Ticket Weeknights as a whole as well. We'll do it again tomorrow. Talk to you guys later.
Peace out.